Shedeur Sanders fans, they said he was just Deion's son. A hype train, a fifth-round joke. But now, he just sold $250 million in jerseys, and the NFL has no clue what to do with him. Welcome to the storm they never saw coming.
250 in jersey sales? Wow, that's crazy. And actually, how much did he get? Miss Smalls mentioned it, but she not all the way correct. She not all the way correct. That's what I thought too. But hey, you know me, I do a little bit of research. I dig a little deeper into the thing, but y'all already see what that thing say. Opened up another email from NFL Shop with Shedeur Sanders. It's amazing how much the NFL and my Browns promote their merch with a 5th-round draft pick. Ain't that amazing how a 5th-round draft pick, a player that failed, can be on the front page of the Brown Shop, and then it say NFL jerseys, so you know he was on the NFL Shop homepage at some point. $250 million worth sold, most rookie jerseys in NFL history. That number got a big question mark, but that's the number I've been hearing and I've been seeing people use, that 250 million, so that's what we rocking with right now. Now I'm about to tell y'all, he did not make 250 million. Shedeur did not make, I repeat, Shedeur did not make $250 million from jerseys.
They said he was overhyped, a product of flash, not football. A 5th-round rookie with a famous last name and nothing else. But then Shedeur Sanders walked into the league, didn't throw a single pass, and still managed to flip the entire NFL upside down to $150 million. Let that number marinate for a second. That's not a glitch, not a PR stunt, not some TikTok trend gone wild. That's the real dollar amount Shedeur Sanders generated in jersey sales before stepping on an NFL field. And you know what else? 15 million of that, straight into his pocket before the preseason, before the media, before the haters could even adjust their narratives. But what happened next? Nobody saw it coming, not even the critics. This wasn't supposed to happen. 5th-round picks don't get this kind of shine. They ride the bench. They carry clipboards. They maybe get a preseason snap if someone else gets hurt. Shedeur, he walked in like he already owned the building. And the fans, they didn't just cheer. They bought in, literally. This is more than just a number on a jersey. This is movement-level loyalty. $250 million says fans didn't wait for permission. They didn't need draft analysts to convince them. They saw the work. They saw the footwork in Cleveland camps. They saw the zip on his passes, the poison, the huddle, and they said, yup, that's our guy. And here's where it flips from fairy tale to fact. Shedeur Sanders was drafted 134th overall. That's not franchise QB territory. That's thanks for coming. Good luck making the practice squad. He was the 4th quarterback on the Browns' depth chart. 4th. In a league where undrafted long shots barely get a locker, Shedeur wasn't supposed to matter. But the thing is, Shedeur doesn't follow scripts. He rewrites them before most. Rookies could memorize the team playbook. Shedeur's jersey was already sold out nationwide. Sold out. And it wasn't just the fans. The NFL itself made a call. Fanatics had his jerseys live, in every size, before training camp even opened. Dillon Gabriel, taken to rounds ahead. No jersey, no placeholder, nothing. And just when you think you figured him out, Shedeur changes the whole game. This wasn't about fame. It was about force, market force. The league saw what was happening before the analysts did. They didn't need a scouting report. They followed the money. Shedeur didn't just outsell the other rookies. He dwarfed them. He crushed them. And this wasn't just some overnight sensation. This was years of branding, grit, and strategic grind. Remember what the media said. Marketing gimmick, just Deion's son playing dress-up. No substance. Well, here's the substance. $15 million in personal earnings before a single snap. That's more than a lot of starting QBs make in year 1. And he's not even QB2. He's something bigger, QB1 in the hearts of the people. Here's the part that stunned even the veterans. Stay with me. While the talking heads were laughing, Shedeur was working. Full pads before camp. Footwork sharper than ever. Reads cleaner. Arm tighter. He wasn't flashing for cameras. He was grinding in silence. No tweets. No PR push. Just raw tape. And anyone paying attention saw it. The dude wasn't prepping like a rookie. He was preparing like a pro. And when Cleveland practices started, he didn't walk in like a backup. He walked in like he already belonged. The players saw it. The fans felt it. And the people buying that jersey, they weren't buying hype. They were buying proof. This wasn't by accident. It was all strategy. Shedeur built a brand before the NFL even looked his way. He didn't ask for the spotlight. He created one. And once the lights came on, he was already ready. While the rest of the class was learning how to wear cleats right, Shedeur was launching missiles in camp.
21-year-old guys with 1 year starting experience.
Those are things that help them. That's why it would open up my eyes a little bit more.
And he is exactly right. That's why it was really a mistake.
That is Adam Schefter pretty much telling like it is. He don't believe Shedeur Sanders is going to be starter week 1.
Man, listen, Shedeur is, we talked about it earlier, he's talented. Like, he has all the talent and ability you want. He has the leadership qualities you need.
Fans are straight up stunned by what Shedeur Sanders just pulled off. $250 million in jersey sales before he's even thrown a single NFL pass.
This is where Cleveland made the move that rewrote the entire season. And if you still think this story ends on the field, you've missed the real impact. Shedeur didn't just show up to OTA letters. He showed up in neighborhoods. There was an explosion in a Cleveland apartment complex. Real tragedy, real families displaced. And while other rookies were chasing red carpets and media clout, Shedeur was there, on the ground, helping families. No camera crew, no headlines, just real love, real work. A few days later, he's at a KFC drive-thru in full Browns gear. Not filming a commercial, just handing out food, dapping up fans, and acting like your cousin who just came back home. Schools, community events, local meetups. He didn't just check in for the PR shot, he stayed. He listened. And that's why people are loyal. One fan even said it clear as day. I'm not a Browns fan. I'm a Shedeur Sanders fan. But champions aren't made in comfort. What Shedeur did next proved exactly that. And this is where the league has to pay attention, because they already made the bet. You don't put full jersey stock live before the first preseason game unless someone in the front office gave the green light. The NFL doesn't move like that without purpose. That means someone upstairs saw it, saw the pull, saw the power, and said, let's go. Before Shedeur even touched a real NFL snap, the merch team moved faster than the scouts. They beat the analysts, they trusted the streets, the culture, the pulse. They knew what was coming, and now it's here. You still think this is about hype? Then explain how a fifth-round rookie with no snaps has the most sold-out jersey in football. Explain how he's already built a brand stronger than most Pro Bowlers. Explain why fans are showing up not for Cleveland, but for Shedeur. Because this is the shift. You're about to hear the moment that had fans, players, even rivals on their feet. He's not just a quarterback. He's a cultural reset. Ask black fans across the country what it means to finally see a young black QB who didn't wait for a network to validate him, who didn't need ESPN to tell his story, who came up building his platform from scratch and brought the entire community with him. It's not just football, it's representation, it's ownership. When someone buys that numbered jersey, it's not just fabric, it's a badge, a statement, a chance to say, I was with him before the world caught up. And this is only the beginning. Let this next moment sink in, because it might just define the future of the Browns. And Shedeur Sanders himself. See, here's what the NFL doesn't want to say out loud, but we will. Shedeur Sanders isn't just making waves. He's shaking foundations. Teams spend years building brands around first-round picks who don't pan out. Meanwhile, the Browns, they might have stumbled into a gold mine they never saw coming. They didn't build him. They didn't market him. Heck, they barely gave him first-team reps. Yet somehow, he became the most talked-about rookie in the league. That's not luck. That's power. That's pull. That's what happens when the fans speak before the media does. And make no mistake, Shedeur heard every word, every doubt, every slander, every he's just Deion's son jab. But while critics were busy mocking, he was already months ahead, crafting footwork, studying reads, building chemistry in those early Cleveland workouts. He didn't beg for attention. He earned it. Let's talk facts. Most rookies grind for years just to afford the life they post on Instagram 3 years in. Maybe they break even on their house or car, or that flashy chain. Shedeur, he started ahead, not because he was handed anything, but because fans saw the grind. They saw the real, and they invested. And now the Browns are in the middle of a quarterback controversy they didn't plan for, but might just benefit from. Because while the media keeps pushing Dylan Gabriel, and the depth chart says QB4, the fans say QB1. And the crazy part, Shedeur hasn't even played it down yet. Let that sink in. A fifth-round rookie with no NFL stats is already more influential than most veteran quarterbacks because he didn't sell a story. He lived one this whole time. People were asking, can he handle NFL pressure? What they should have been asking is, can the NFL handle Shedeur? Because what we're witnessing right now, it's not just rare. It's historic. And for every hater still clinging to old narratives, talking about Dion, talking about too flashy, talking about he ain't earned it, ask yourself this: would any of this even be possible if he wasn't the real deal? $250 million in jerseys doesn't lie. That's not hype, that's conviction. Let's revisit that Fanatics rollout for a second. You think a jersey gets full inventory before preseason by accident? You think that kind of availability nationwide, all sizes, prime homepage placement is just good luck? No. Someone high up made the call. Someone in the league's merch machine saw what Cleveland barely noticed in time. Shedeur Sanders moves people. He doesn't just get likes, he builds loyalty. You know what one Cleveland fan said on camera? Even if he never throws a touchdown, I'll still wear this jersey every Sunday. That's not about football. That's about connection, about identity, about what Shedeur Sanders means to people who have never had someone like him to believe in from the beginning. So let's be real, this isn't just about a quarterback battle in training camp. This is about something way bigger, a cultural wave that refuses to wait for permission. Because Shedeur didn't just bring swagger, he brought substance. The laser passes in practice, the community appearances, the drive-through meetups, the charity work nobody covered until fans filmed it themselves. That's the stuff rookies don't think to do because they're too busy trying to fit in. Shedeur never tried to fit in. He made space, and the league's starting to realize it. You know what the quiet part is? The NFL's not mad at the attention because attention means money. They just weren't ready to admit Shedeur forced their hand, while everyone else was debating whether he was ready for the second team. The league's top-selling jersey was already flying off shelves. That's not normal. That's legacy. Think about the names he's outselling. Not just rookies, not just bench warmers, but starting QBs, Pro Bowlers, even MVPs in some cases. Because in an era where narrative is currency, Shedeur's value is unmatched. And here's the thing: this isn't a moment, this is a movement. Remember when folks said Lamar Jackson wouldn't last? That Cam Newton was too emotional. That Jalen Hurts wasn't built to lead. Yes, same song, different verse. And yet, time after time, we've seen black quarterbacks rise, thrive, and shatter every tired stereotype. Now it's Shedeur's turn. And he's not just rising, he's redefining. People always say, support black business. Well, here's a black business in cleats. A brand that stands for more than yards and touchdowns. A story that started long before the draft and will keep writing itself no matter what the league says. So, when you see that Sanders jersey, understand it's not just merch. It's a message, a badge, a choice to say, I see you, I believe in you, I got your back. And to every doubter still saying, but he hasn't played a game. Cool. Keep that same energy when the depth chart flips, because here's what's really about to go down. The Browns have a decision to make, one that might determine not just their future, but how they're remembered in this new NFL era. Do they ride with safe, familiar, underwhelming, or do they bet on the culture, on the numbers, on the fire that already built a $250 million machine? Because guess what, when your fourth-string QB becomes your top-selling player, that's not an accident. That's destiny knocking. And Shedeur Sanders, he's not waiting anymore. He's working. We've seen the footwork, the poise, the decision-making in those early reps. Players are whispering, coaches are noticing, and the fans already chose. This ain't about draft position anymore. This is about reality. And if you're still questioning what Shedeur brings to the table, ask yourself why your favorite QB isn't selling jerseys like him. Ask yourself why he's the one out there connecting with the community, while others disappear into training facilities. Because leadership, that's not just in the huddle. It's in the culture. It's in how you carry your name. It's in how you show up when no one's watching. Shedeur Sanders built this without shortcuts, no gimmicks, no begging for camera time. He didn't chase the spotlight. He became the spotlight. And now he's not just the heart of the Browns. He's the pulse of something bigger. So yeah, the media is finally catching on, but they're late. Because Shedeur Sanders didn't wait for the league to write his story. He wrote it himself. And now, the whole world's reading. If you felt this energy, if you've been watching Shedeur work, grow, and represent something more than just football, then you already know what to do. Smash that like button. And if you're here for the long ride, watching the rise of not just a quarterback, but a movement, subscribe to the channel, because what Shedeur Sanders is building, it's not just big. It's historic. Like, subscribe, stay tapped in. This is only the beginning.